The Cleveland Cavaliers are 14-1 in their last 15 games, now achieving the second seed in the Eastern Conference. They're 18-4 since December 15. They're second in defense, seventh in net rating, second in half-court defense. When facing a top 10 offense, they are number 1 in defensive rating. They also have the number 1 transition offense in the NBA. Role players are stepping up. Donovan Mitchell is proving a lot of people wrong, including myself. We got a lot to unpack here. Today we talk about Cleveland basketball and discuss the potential they have this season and the postseason. Let's waste no time and jump right into this, talking about Donovan Mitchell. His improvement as a leader and a facilitator has sort of blown me away, especially in the stretch where Darius Garland and Mobley missed some time. During that stretch, he was averaging a career-high 7.5 assists per night for Donovan Mitchell, while also recording almost 30 points a night. For the entirety of the season, Donovan Mitchell is averaging a career high in not only points, but assists, steals, and rebounds. Not to mention what I've seen with his pressers in the media, he has been very humble and always backing his guys and putting his guys first. It clearly looks like he is happy to be in Cleveland. Thought I would touch on that as the trade rumors have been popping up recently. His facilitating and unselfish play has helped this team morph from a hero ball project to a legitimate threat for any team on any given night. I made a video a few months ago that actually did really well called the Donovan Mitchell, and it was regarding him and how I kind of thought that his play style resembled a little bit of the old James Harden, where he's going to have his monster nights. He has amazing highlights, he is a hell of a player, but it would never lead to postseason success. And now it kind of seems like things are going differently. Donovan has looked great in all aspects of his game, and really it's rubbing off on the surrounding talent. It's been really remarkable to watch someone like, for example, Jared Allen. Jared has played more and more and gotten more touches as Mobley has been in and out of the lineup with injury. I believe he's missed 21 games, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not saying that Jared Allen has turned into this offensive stud or an offensive mastermind, but watching him work out of dribble handoffs with Max Strus, for example, or be more aggressive on the little things like screening or rolling or putting shots back up on offensive rebounds. Just all these little things as back to the basket games. Look, we see that kind of a little bit more. It's all been helping piece together this puzzle that the Cavs are working on. And outside of Mitchell and Allen, the supporting cast has been very consistent. Darius and Evan have been really solid when they're able to play. As I mentioned, they did miss some times. Darius has only played 24 games this year, and Evan Mobley has only played 25. But Evan Mobley is still averaging a double-double with 15 and 10, while Darius Garland is averaging 19 points, but a almost really shockingly low 5.5 assists a night for Garland. But again, we won't focus too much on that as he has been out with injury. Going back to the rest of the supporting cast, Max Strus, the newest addition, has flourished as the 5th option. He's averaging 12 points while playing great off the ball, just everything, defense and moving off the ball on offense. Max Strus has looked great with his team, and I wanted to say that he's brought in a little bit of that Heat culture to Cleveland. Dean Wade, also another notable name who has stepped up a lot in the absence of Evan Mobley. He's on 5 attempts a night, is shooting 40% from three-point land, as well as Sam Merle and Isaac Okoro. They are also notable names who have stepped up big during this stretch without Mobley and Mitchell. Actually, Sam Merle's shooting 6 threes a night, and he's shooting 44%. Very great, and obviously Okoro's really solid on the defensive side of the ball. Some other notable names, Georges Niang and Caris LeVert, have been contributing factors in this mix. Not to mention, it seems like the rookie Craig Porter has learned a thing or two from Darius as his mentor, because when Craig plays, he's been giving some pretty solid minutes on certain nights to this roster. All in all, the team has played amazing, and it's not like they're just beating up on bad teams. They're handling business where they're supposed to, but like last night, they get a 26-point blowout win against the Kings, and they have been playing with togetherness, which is something you really can't put a price on or a value on. As we saw last year with the Miami Heat, they may not be the most star-studded cast, but their chemistry and their passion has willed them to many wins. So what does this mean going forward? Are the Cleveland Cavaliers contenders? Is this too small of a sample size? What do we know? What do we think we know? All I can give you is my opinion, and I would love to hear yours. I think that this could be a decent year for the Cavs to compete. if this is the core that they're sticking with. Now, if they want to blow things up or move things around, blah, 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 we've heard murmurs of that, then I don't really have an opinion. But if this is the thing, we're saying Evan and Darius and Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell, that's our core four, we're going forward with that. I think this would be the best year for them to, fully commit, fully dive into doing this, because the Bucks are still figuring things out. Obviously, they fired Adrian Griffin, they brought in Doc Rivers, Damian Lillard has a great night, then a terrible night. Giannis has been pretty quiet about the whole thing. Then you have the Celtics, who, yes, are dominating the NBA, but Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, they have Delano Bayton, a lot of these guys, they have played no playoff basketball in a Celtics jerseys. Then you have Joel Embiid and the 76ers, who are riddled with injury. And then the New York Knicks are kind of in a similar space as the Cavs, where the East is a little bit up for grabs, putting together a lot of wins, doing really great, yada, yada, yada. I do suppose it would depend on matchups. Today, I would say, if I had to end this video and just cut it off right now, that the Celtics are the favorites and will make the finals out East. However, that does not mean that Jason Tatum could not soil himself and everything will crash and burn. I didn't even mention the Miami Heat, who seemingly turn it up to 100 degrees Celsius come playoff time. I think the biggest question for this Cavs team come playoff time is, how disciplined are we going to be? What does the postseason look like for JB Bickerstaff and the rest of the coaching staff? Last year, the Knicks beat them by daring their bigs to shoot and do hard work, and the Cavs made so many errors, enough errors obviously to lose to an injured Julius Randle Knicks team. And obviously, they had Jalen Brunson in the supporting cast, but this was not the Jalen Brunson last year that we saw this year. I mean, it was like the start of it, but it definitely wasn't where he's at now. All in all, though, I think there is a ton of unanswered questions with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the one consensus I can say is that they are breaking the NBA. Just going back to the beginning, guys, second in defensive rating, seventh in net rating, second in half-court defense. When they're facing a top 10 defense, they are first in defensive rating, and they have the best transition offense in the NBA, and they have been mostly unhealthy. So what do you guys think? Are the Cleveland Cavaliers contenders? Are they pretenders? Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, I appreciate you guys' support as always. Gonna try to get back to uploading 3 to 4 to 5 times a week. I appreciate you guys' support as always. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.